Hi, my name is Nyree and I'm running an adoption support channel, and we're going to talk about sibling contact today. If sibling contact is available to you, it's safe and it's going to be easy enough to do, then there's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't do it, because it's going to give you the identity, it's going to keep that family connected to your children, it's going to leave less questions asked. And sibling relationships can be so close and precious, can't they? They're not always like that, but they can be, and it's a really heartbreaking thing to think if they're already away from their siblings in different placements, different adoption placements, then why wouldn't you try and keep contact together with those siblings and make sure that into the future, into adulthood, they know that their siblings are all right, they know what they're doing, they know where they are, who they've got relationships with, and it's part of their life. So that's the first thing to say. I think it's a great thing to do that. Now, our situation hasn't been like that, and there are lots of reasons why it hasn't been like that. And so I want you to also consider that sometimes there are scenarios where sibling contact isn't a great fit, and sibling contact can actually cause a lot of trauma and reopening of the wounds. I'll give you one example, which isn't to do with my boys, but I'll give you an example of a foster child meeting up with their sibling, and we had to go really slowly with this one because there was known triggers and huge abuse in the family. So we had to go really slowly with it and try to, get them together. We needed to warn each other when we were going to do it. We needed to phone each other afterward to see how they were. It was intense. And as soon as those siblings met, you could see the trauma immediately be triggered in them, and the way they behaved was odd. It was eerie. It was eerie to watch, and it was clearly not in their best interest to keep that contact going. And actually, I think it had been tried a few times before and it had been the same result. And I think it was the level of abuse in the home that as soon as they saw each other, they were back in that place. And it was really sad. I mean, they know where each other are, shall we say, but it couldn't carry on. Now, I'm going to say that is similar for our boys, because in the very beginning, when we went to the contact centre, it didn't go well. It didn't go great. And we noticed that our boys were really traumatised afterward. As time went on and a foster carer had them, it still didn't go great, and things used to happen when they were together which I was really uncomfortable with and concerned about, and so that contact dropped off for a while. So I kind of can't discuss too much about the current situation except to say that the boys are not that keen to make that contact, even though it's available to them. And that doesn't mean to say that their siblings aren't keen. Their siblings are keen, but they're older, but the boys aren't keen at all. But we're going to have to keep an open mind about that, obviously, as they get older. We don't want them to have too many question marks about where they are, whether they're okay, and why we didn't keep in contact. So there's always an open conversation with them that they can make contact with them, and actually we would be prepared to get them to meet up together. But my guess would be that they would be very traumatized by that, and that previous history would flag up immediately. That doesn't mean to say we couldn't keep trying to do it and trying to make it work, but as with other videos I've said, everything you do always has to be with the child's best interest. There is no point in doing anything to appear to be politically correct or because you think it might be the right thing to do. It has to be that they're going to get the benefit from it. And so every situation is really different. If your child's sibling is within a reachable distance, and you don't think because of the age of the child, for example, there'll be any real re-triggering or re-trauma, you're both happy to make sure that the contact is supervised properly, then there's no reason why you wouldn't try to do it. But that's not everybody's experience, and this is the thing to bear in mind. Adoption is so wide. There are so many different types of adoption. There are so many different types of children, ages, different histories, that is impossible to say sibling contact is the right thing to do, because it has to be based on your family and it has to be based on your child's experience. So I hope that helps you guys. Please find other playlists on my channel, adoption preparation, behaviours of children, adoption and behaviours, and I look forward to seeing you on my channel. Thank you.